Each one of us becomes the director of our own masterpiece, life. However, on this journey, we find ourselves confronted with shadows that threaten to darken the canvas of our days. Like an artist seeking purity in their art, we must also strive to eliminate negative energy from our lives to unleash the fullness that lies dormant in every corner of our being. In this intricate tapestry of experiences, negative energy acts as a subtle poison that stealthily seeps in, contaminating our thoughts, actions, and relationships. It is a thief of precious moments, a specter that stands between us and authentic joy. By freeing ourselves from this burden, we release our wings to soar through the sky of existence with grace and lightness. Shedding negative energy involves an act of courage, a deep commitment to self-reflection and self-knowledge. It is an intimate journey into the depths of our being, where we unearth the roots of discomfort and replace them with seeds of positivity. By uprooting the weeds of self-criticism and resentment, we allow an inner garden to flourish where peace and serenity are the most beautiful flowers. Fulfillment, that sublime state of satisfaction, is not a final destination but rather a continuous path we tread by freeing ourselves from the chains of negativity. Every positive thought, every kind action, is like a musical note contributing to the harmonious symphony of our lives. We become conscious composers of our own melody, creating harmonies that resonate in the heart of the universe. By eliminating negative energy, we not only transform our individual reality but also weave threads of light into the collective tapestry of humanity. We become shining beacons that illuminate the path for those seeking fulfillment. In this act of liberation, we join a universal dance, where each step towards positivity is a celebration of life in its most authentic and vibrant form. Negative energy, though it may sometimes cling like a persistent shadow, is not invincible. Picture your life as a garden, with the ability to cultivate the most beautiful flowers when you remove the weeds that suffocate it. By freeing yourself from negativity, you are preparing the ground for hope, joy, and fulfillment to bloom. It's natural to encounter obstacles and challenges on your journey, but remember that every storm has its calm, and every dawn follows the darkness of the night. Eliminating negative energy is not a monumental and unattainable task. It is a gradual process that begins with small acts of self-affirmation and self-love. You have the power to shape your reality with positive thoughts and affirmative actions. By breaking free from self-imposed chains of negativity, you will discover an inner strength that will take you to places you never dared to dream. With every step you take toward positivity, you are writing your own story of resilience and triumph. Life is a precious gift, and you deserve to savor every moment with fullness. Do not underestimate the transformative power that resides within you. You can choose light over darkness, hope over discouragement, and gratitude over regret. Remember, you are the hero of your own narrative, and each day is a blank page waiting to be written with the vibrant letters of your determination and optimism. So, today, look within yourself courageously, embrace the possibility of positive change, and trust that you can create a richer and more meaningful life. The ability to transform your existence and experience fulfillment lies within you. You are stronger than you think and more capable than you imagine. Join me in discovering these 11 tips to eliminate negative energy from our lives. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video so that YouTube recommends the channel to people who, like us, are looking to improve their lives. Let's begin. Number 1. Organize your space. Imagine a blank canvas, a stage where your everyday life unfolds. Now, focus your attention on that space because, without realizing it, it has the power to shape your mood, influence your decisions, and even determine the quality of your thoughts. In this theater of existence, every object and every corner are actors participating in the plot of your daily life. And, as the director of this play, you have the opportunity to organize this stage in your favor. How? Through a simple yet profoundly impactful act, organizing your space. Disorder, like an unleashed storm, can cloud your mind and blur your emotions. Have you noticed how waking up in a cluttered room often triggers a sense of internal chaos? Dispersed objects, like a visual echo, are reflected within you, causing a commotion that you often can't identify. Behind this chaos lies the opportunity for transformation. Getting rid of the unnecessary is the first step toward a clarity that translates into a sense of well-being. Each object has its own story, but not all deserve a leading role in your day. By freeing yourself from the superfluous, you create space for the essential. Your space is a tangible reflection of your mind. When you organize your environment, you are extending an invitation to inner order. It's a dance between the external and internal, a choreography manifested in your overall well-being. Just as a river flows more smoothly when there are no obstacles in its path, your vital energy moves with greater harmony when you eliminate the visual obstacles in your way. This seemingly simple act carries a profound message, the ability to transform not only your space but also your life. Because, by organizing your surroundings, you are making a declaration of intent to the universe. You are saying that you deserve a space that nurtures you, a space that breathes alongside you, a space that is an authentic reflection of who you are and who you aspire to be. The process of organizing goes beyond moving objects from one place to another. It is a ritual symbolizing a commitment to yourself. It's a reminder that every choice, even the seemingly trivial ones, contributes to the narrative of your life. What story are you constructing with your daily actions? Reflection becomes a silent companion during this transformational act. It's not just about the physical space but the mind that inhabits it. Each decision to tidy up is an affirmation of self-esteem, a vote of confidence in your ability to create an environment conducive to personal growth. Ultimately, organizing your space is more than a task, it is a constant reminder that you are the author of your own story. Every object you choose to keep or discard is a page contributing to the tale of your life. So, as you adjust the details of your environment, you are also writing the storyline of your existence. Remember, organization is an art that transcends physical space. It is a conscious practice inviting you to reflect on the connection between the external and internal. In this everyday act, you discover that your ability to transform not only your surroundings but also your perspective lies in your hands. In the blank canvas of your life, take the brush of organization and paint a picture that reflects the harmony you deserve. Every object in its place, every space breathing alongside you, every decision weaving the story that only you can tell. In this act, you find the power to be the director of your own narrative, a conscious narrator aware that each choice organizes not only your space but also the flow of your own story. Number 2. Limit exposure to media negativity. Have you ever stopped to think about the impact that media negativity has on your emotional well-being? Picture this scenario: you're sitting on your couch, headlines flashing on the screen, and news unfolding like an endless cascade of problems and tensions. What if I told you that you can have control over that stream of information? The key lies in limiting exposure to media negativity, a practice that can significantly transform your mental peace. In this journey toward preserving your well-being, the first stop is recognizing the power you have over what you consume. Just as you carefully choose the ingredients that make up your physical diet, you can also consciously select the elements that nourish your mind. Media negativity, like a constant flood of bad news, can become a storm that clouds your perspective and wears down your emotional resilience. Reducing news consumption doesn't mean living oblivious to the world but learning to discern how much information is necessary to stay informed without sacrificing your inner peace. It's like filtering murky water to obtain essential clarity. By limiting exposure to media negativity, you are building a filter that protects your mind from emotional impurities. Information, like a flowing stream, can sweep you away if you're not careful. Have you noticed how a single impactful piece of news can influence your mood throughout the day? By setting limits, you're erecting a wall that safeguards your emotional well-being. It's not about ignoring reality but choosing when and how to face it. Stay informed, yes, but do it consciously. Decide when it's the right time to dive into the news and when it's necessary to step back. This act of self-control becomes a constant reminder of your ability to choose the content that enters your life, just as you carefully select the words that influence your mind. Anxiety and stress, like persistent shadows, can dissipate when you decide to take a step back and evaluate how media negativity impacts your well-being. Have you ever wondered how much control you have over your own peace of mind? The answer lies in the ability to set boundaries, in saying enough to overexposure to negativity that, like a rising tide, threatens to inundate your being. In this process of preserving your peace of mind, you discover that it's not about isolating yourself from the world but engaging with it consciously. Just as you cultivate a garden carefully, you choose the seeds of thoughts you plant in your mind. Media negativity, like weeds, can invade if you don't establish clear and carefully cultivated boundaries. The key is not to disconnect from the world but to connect with yourself in a way that nurtures your emotional well-being. This act of limiting exposure to media negativity is a gift you give yourself, an act of self-love that recognizes the importance of preserving peace in a world full of noise. This practice becomes a lesson in authenticity. By reducing the impact of media negativity, you are clearing space for your own inner voice. You are making room to reflect, process, and form opinions from a place of calm rather than impulsively reacting to the constant avalanche of information. So, as you immerse yourself in the constant flow of news, remember this fundamental truth: you are the guardian of your own peace of mind. Media negativity may be like a torrential rain, but you have the power to open or close the umbrella of your mind. In this act of self-determination, you discover that your well-being is not just a result of external circumstances but a conscious choice you make in every moment. Number 3. Change negative thought patterns. Once upon a time, in the deepest corner of Anna's mind, there was a small room. In that space, thoughts danced like whimsical shadows, some bright and others dark. Anna, like many, experienced a constant struggle in this chamber of the psyche, where negative thought patterns seemed to engage in an endless dance. However, amid this chaotic dance, there existed a magical key: the practice of mindfulness. One day, Anna decided to delve into the intricate web of her thoughts. With courage, she immersed herself in the constant flow of her mind, aware that, while she couldn't control every thought, she could choose which ones to nourish and which to let fade into the shadows. It was then that she discovered the wonder of mindfulness, a tool that would allow her to change negative thought patterns into more positive and realistic flashes. As an apprentice in this practice, Anna began to observe her thoughts as if they were characters in a story. She recognized negative thoughts as cunning villains, determined to weave distorted stories that darkened her view of the world. However, she did not resign herself to being a helpless spectator of her own narrative. Mindfulness became her magical lantern, illuminating the darkest corners of her mind. Instead of being carried away by the tumultuous stream of negative thoughts, Anna learned to pause, to breathe, and to observe. She realized that she was not obligated to accept every thought as an immutable truth. She had the power to question, challenge, and change those deeply rooted patterns. With each conscious breath, Anna wove a new thread into the tapestry of her thinking. She practiced the art of redirecting attention, focusing on more positive and realistic thoughts. It wasn't about denying reality but reinterpreting it from a perspective that allowed her to grow and thrive. The dance of negative thoughts, once unruly, began to give way to the calm presence of mindfulness. Anna discovered that, by changing negative thought patterns, she was transforming not only her view of the world but also the way she related to herself. This journey of self-discovery and transformation was not an easy path, but Anna learned that every step in the right direction was a triumph. Mindfulness became her ally, a compass guiding her towards a more positive and healthy mindset. So, Anna's story becomes a reminder that each of us is a narrator of our own stories. The practice of mindfulness is not just a tool for changing negative thought patterns but a revolutionary act of authenticity and overcoming. The small room in Anna's mind ceased to be a gloomy stage. As mindfulness illuminated every corner, negative thoughts transformed into supporting characters, making way for a more hopeful and realistic plot. The dance of thoughts took a new direction, and Anna became the author of her own narrative, a story where mindfulness was the master key that opened the doors to a brighter and more positive mind. Number 4. Cultivate healthy connections. View your life as a garden, a fertile ground where relationships are the flowers that add color to your existence. In this garden, every friendship and connection is like delicate plants that need care and attention. Amidst this landscape, the wisdom of fostering positive relationships emerges, as the gardener of your own well-being. At the heart of this garden, you find the need to cultivate friendships that are like rays of sunshine, providing positive energy and nurturing your emotional terrain. Relationships, like flowers in full bloom, should receive the light of support and inspiration to grow and thrive. By cultivating positive relationships, you are sowing seeds of trust and genuine connection. It's like watering the plants with the rain of empathy and affection, allowing the roots to intertwine in a solid fabric of mutual support. Each shared laughter is like a flower awakening, unfolding its petals in the garden of camaraderie. In this journey of fostering positive relationships, it's essential to recognize that some friendships are like perennial plants, blooming season after season, while others may be like ephemeral flowers, beautiful in their moment but destined to wither. The key is to be a savvy gardener, discerning which relationships need more care and which should be pruned to make room for new growth. Surround yourself with people who act as nutrients for your soul, who inspire you to reach new heights. Positive relationships are like gentle winds that carry your dreams further, like seeds scattered by the breeze of motivation. With each interaction, these relationships build an emotional landscape that reflects the beauty of human connection. It's not just a matter of quantity but of quality. Fostering positive relationships involves carefully selecting the seeds you plant in your garden. Like a good gardener knows that some plants may compete for limited resources, you too must choose friendships that complement each other, creating a harmonious balance. The garden of positive relationships is not static, it is dynamic and evolves over time. As seasons change, some friendships may bloom stronger, while others may enter a period of rest. The art lies in adapting to these cycles, allowing each relationship to fulfill its purpose in the growth of your emotional garden. The garden of positive relationships you cultivate is a reflection of your own flourishing. Each friendship is like a unique piece of art, with colors and shapes contributing to the richness of your experience. By surrounding yourself with people who bring positive energy, you are creating an emotional garden that flourishes with the vibrant beauty of human connection. So, as the gardener of your well-being, plant the seeds of friendship, water with affection, and prune relationships that no longer serve your growth. Fostering positive relationships is an art, a dance between care and selection, a conscious expression of the beauty that can emerge when you nurture the garden of human connection in your life. Number 5. Take care of yourself. They say, health is true wealth, and in that wise corner of popular wisdom, we find the importance of practicing self-care. Imagine your life as a treasure, and you as the responsible guardian of its well-being. In this journey, the regular practice of self-care becomes the master key that unlocks the door to a fuller and healthier life. On this path of self-discipline and self-love, the need to regularly dedicate time to nurture yourself arises. It's like planting a garden of well-being, where each self-care activity is a seed that will blossom into a garden of vitality and balance. You've probably heard the saying, take care of your body, it's the only place you have to live. In this sense, exercise becomes an act of self-love. It's not just about maintaining physical fitness, but cultivating the strength that allows you to face daily challenges with resilience. Each step, each stretch, is like a gift to your body, a tribute to that unique dwelling that houses your essence. In the quiet murmur of meditation, you find a balm for the soul. As the saying goes, the mind is like a parachute, it only works if it's open. Meditation, in this context, is like opening the windows of your mind, allowing the light of calmness and clarity to flood every corner. It's an act of self-care that nourishes both the spirit and the mind, providing an oasis of serenity amidst the daily hustle. The saying, a relaxing bath is the key to unlock creativity, is well known, and here, in the practice of self-care, the bath becomes a sacred ritual. Immersing yourself in warm waters is like sinking into a loving embrace, releasing accumulated tensions and revitalizing the body. Every drop that caresses the skin is a reminder that you deserve this moment of indulgence, a gift you give to yourself. Reading, that journey through words that transports you to unknown worlds, also becomes a form of self-care. As the saying goes, a book is a friend that never disappoints. By diving into the pages of a good book, you're giving yourself the opportunity to disconnect from the outside world and connect with yourself. It's an act of self-discovery and personal growth, an investment in the treasure of your mind. On this path of regular self-care practice, remember that you can't give what you don't have. Taking time to care for yourself is not a selfish act but an act of generosity towards others. By recharging your own batteries, you become a more vibrant source of positive energy for those around you. So, don't underestimate the power of dedicating time to take care of yourself. Practicing self-care is like watering the roots of a tree. It strengthens the foundation so that the branches can reach unsuspected heights. In each moment of self-care, you are sowing the seed of a fuller, healthier, and more meaningful life. Number 6. Take care of your presence on social media. Have you ever felt that social media, that seemingly endless digital world, drags you into a spiral of constant stress and comparison? Imagine for a moment this scenario. You swipe your finger across the screen, and in a blink, you find yourself immersed in a stream of images and updates that affect you more than you'd like to admit. Faced with this challenge, a crucial question arises: how can you consciously disconnect from social media to preserve your emotional well-being? In this journey of self-discovery and self-improvement, the importance of reducing the time you spend on social media is revealed. Like an intrepid navigator, you confront the digital ocean with the determination not to be swept away by its turbulent currents. The key lies in being aware of how these platforms affect your mood and taking steps to protect yourself. They say, comparison is the thief of joy, and in the universe of social media, this statement takes on a special force. Observing the seemingly perfect lives of others can generate subtle but persistent discomfort. So, like a wise strategist, you ask yourself, how can I eliminate or limit access to accounts that immerse me in negativity? Like a gardener pruning branches that do not contribute to the healthy growth of a tree, you carefully decide which accounts deserve a space in your feed. It's not about closing the door to a diversity of experiences but consciously choosing which narratives you want to incorporate into your own story. By eliminating or limiting access to accounts that generate negativity, you are creating a digital space that reflects the positivity you seek in your life. Disconnecting from social media does not mean ignoring the world but choosing when and how to participate in it. It's like closing the door to your home to enjoy moments of intimacy, protecting your mental space from the constant avalanche of information. This act of self-determination allows you to set healthy boundaries and preserve your emotional well-being. Remember that peace comes from within, and in this process of disconnecting from social media, you discover that true connection with yourself is the most precious treasure. By reducing digital noise, you create space for reflection and authenticity. You realize that the quality of your thoughts and emotions is not determined by the number of likes or followers, but by genuine connection with yourself. In this act of digital liberation, you realize that you can create your own space of serenity amidst the virtual bustle. Disconnecting becomes a gift you give to yourself, a reminder that you are the captain of your own ship in this vast digital ocean. Number 7. Define objectives precisely. Imagine a journey, a path stretching before you, full of possibilities and challenges. This path represents your life, and in that journey, as a traveler in this intricate universe, you find the need to set clear goals. It's not just a wish list, it's a beacon that lights your path in the darkness of uncertainty. By setting realistic and achievable goals, you create a map that guides you towards a sense of purpose. It's like mapping constellations in the sky of your aspirations, connecting the dots of your dreams with lines that form a unique narrative that is yours. In this journey, audience retention is not just about grabbing attention for a moment, but about creating a lasting connection. It's like cultivating a garden, planting the seeds of your objectives and watching them grow over time. By having clear goals, you are not only moving towards something tangible, but you are also offering your audience a compelling story, a narrative that resonates with the shared experience. In the fabric of your story, each achieved goal is an exciting chapter. You can recall those moments when you reached the summit of a seemingly unreachable mountain. Each accomplished goal is a victory that echoes in the hearts of those who follow you, creating a deeper connection than mere momentary attention. However, it's not all an easy ascent. There are dark valleys and winding paths. This is where reflection comes in, the moment you look back and ahead. Reflecting on your achievements and challenges is not only a reminder of your progress but also a lesson for you and those who accompany you. It's like a flowing river, ever-changing. You learn to swim in the currents and navigate through sharp rocks. Each overcome challenge is a lesson engraved in the river's stones, a guide for those who follow in your footsteps. Audience retention is not just about what you can offer now but about the legacy you build with each step. In this journey, it's not just about reaching the goal but embracing the process, enjoying each step. It's like a banquet where each dish is a unique experience, and each bite is an opportunity to savor life. Audience retention is not just about keeping attention but about sharing the feast of life, inviting others to partake in the celebration of achievements and learning from challenges. So, as you walk this path of clear goals, reflection, and teaching, remember that every word, every achievement, every challenge is a note in this melody, a melody that resonates in the hearts of those who accompany you on this journey called life. May the dance continue, and may your story keep captivating those who immerse themselves in it. Number 8. Define your own limits. Imagine a scenario where you find yourself at a crossroads, a turning point where you must decide between living on your own terms or succumbing to external expectations. This sets the stage for understanding the importance of defining your own limits. In this narrative, let me introduce you to a protagonist who, much like yourself, faces the dilemma of yielding to external demands or setting personal boundaries. This protagonist realizes that by living to gain the acceptance of others, they risk losing themselves in the process. The constant pursuit of pleasing others above their own needs and goals becomes a treacherous and draining path. It is at this point that the premise of setting limits becomes relevant. It's not just about saying no when necessary but understanding that your limits are like the borders of a country. They define your territory, your sacred space where your dreams and needs take priority. Every limit you establish is like building a protective wall around your aspirations. This wall doesn't exclude others but invites those who respect and value your objectives and well-being. Audience retention, in this context, becomes a more genuine connection as you attract those who share your vision and respect your limits. In the fabric of this story, each limit is an assertion of your worth and a lesson for those around you. It's not a selfish act but an essential need to preserve your integrity and move towards your goals. Limits, in this narrative, are like beacons guiding your ship through the storm, marking the path to calmer waters. However, setting limits is not always easy. There are moments when external pressure threatens to break down your defenses. This is where reflection comes in, the moment you delve into introspection to understand which limits are fundamental and which can be flexible. Reflecting on your limits is like calibrating a precious instrument, adjusting it to resonate in harmony with your goals. And so, in this journey of setting clear goals, reflecting, and learning to set limits, you discover that audience retention is not just about capturing momentary attention but about building an audience that values and respects your authenticity. By setting limits, you are outlining the contours of your story, creating a narrative that resonates with those seeking meaningful connections in a world full of noise. Number 9. Learn to delegate responsibilities to others. Long ago, in the folds of time, there existed a young person facing the turbulent currents of life. This young individual, much like yourself, found themselves at a crossroads, carrying the overwhelming weight of responsibilities on their shoulders. Here begins the lesson of learning to delegate, a wisdom that resonates like an ancient echo in the winds of time. Picture this young person, with their heavy burden, seeking the path to inner peace. The key lesson presented to them was to learn to delegate. It wasn't merely about releasing tasks randomly but understanding that sharing responsibilities is akin to distributing the burdens on a long journey. Each fellow traveler, each collaborator, becomes a vital support in the journey. In the tapestry of life, learning to delegate is like interweaving threads of diverse colors. Each thread represents a task, a responsibility, and by delegating, you create a masterpiece reflecting collaboration and shared wisdom. It's not just an act of freeing tasks but of building a network of connections that strengthen the fabric of your existence. This young person, in learning to delegate, discovered they were not alone on their journey. There were unique talents and abilities in those around them, ready to be woven into the collective narrative. Audience retention, in this story, is not just about capturing momentary attention but building a community that shares the burdens and celebrates victories. Amidst the stress and turmoil of life, the teaching of learning to delegate is like a beacon guiding towards calmer waters. Delegating is not an admission of weakness but a wise acknowledgement of your own limits and an invitation for others to contribute their strengths. It's a reminder that carrying the entire burden alone can lead to exhaustion, while sharing the load can pave the way for personal fulfillment. However, in this journey, mastering the art of delegation is not always easy. There are internal resistances that must be overcome, the fear of losing control, or the ingrained belief that you can only rely on yourself. This is where reflection comes in, a moment of silence to examine your own beliefs and understand that true strength lies in the ability to trust and share. Thus, in this odyssey of learning to delegate, you discover that audience retention is not just about maintaining attention but about building a community that endures over time. Each delegated task is like a seed planted in the fertile soil of collaboration, growing and flourishing as the community thrives. May this ancient wisdom of learning to delegate accompany you on your journey. May you find the balance between personal responsibility and the strength of a united community. In every act of delegation, may you find not only relief but also the opportunity to cultivate strong and lasting relationships. May your story be a song that resonates in the hearts of those who share the path with you. Number 10. Change your perspective. Life, with its intricate wonders and challenges, often invites us to reassess how we view the world around us. In this fascinating journey called life, the perspective we choose to adopt can be the difference between despair and hope, between stagnation and growth. So, what does it really mean to change perspective, and why is it so crucial on our journey towards fulfillment? When we understand that life is like a vast play, where each scene, each act, presents us with a unique set of circumstances. In this script, we often encounter challenges, moments that test our resilience and determination. Instead of facing these challenges with fear and resistance, the invitation is to change how we see them. Instead of focusing on problems, what if we committed to exploring solutions? By shifting our mental lens from insurmountable obstacle to growth opportunity, we can discover a vast territory of previously hidden possibilities. It's as if each difficulty is a key that opens the door to a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. This change in perspective is not just a superficial technique, it's a life philosophy. It requires courage to challenge the self-limiting narratives we often weave in our minds. In doing so, we allow ourselves to be incessant students in the university of life. We learn that the most valuable lessons are often found in moments of greatest adversity. When you encounter a storm roaring on the horizon of your life. From a negative perspective, it might be seen as a threat, an obstacle to be avoided. However, from a growth perspective, the storm becomes a potential source of renewal. The rains can nourish the earth, allowing new seeds to germinate and flourish. Similarly, our personal storms can nurture the soil of our soul, preparing us to grow and bloom in ways we never imagined. This philosophy does not seek to underestimate the reality of challenges or minimize the pain that sometimes accompanies difficulties. Instead, it invites us to change our relationship with those challenges. Instead of being seen as insurmountable obstacles, we can embrace them as wise teachers guiding us towards a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world. Changing perspective is not just about finding practical solutions, it's about cultivating a mindset of resilience and growth. It's about becoming architects of our own experiences, building bridges of understanding between who we are and who we can become. So, the next time you face an seemingly insurmountable challenge, remember that you have the power to change how you see it. Turn every problem into an opportunity, every challenge into a lesson, and discover the vast potential within every difficult experience. Life, after all, is a constantly evolving masterpiece, and your perspective is the brush that shapes the masterpiece you are destined to create. Number 11. Practice gratitude. Amidst the hustle of everyday life, where stress and demands seem to be the norm, the practice of gratitude emerges as a luminous source of emotional strength and well-being. By dedicating time each day to reflect on the things we are thankful for, we are engaging in a transformative act that transcends the superficial, reaching the deepest roots of our existence. Gratitude, far from being a mere exercise in counting blessings, becomes a way of life, a perspective from which we view the world. It is a daily reminder that, even in the midst of storms, there are rays of sunshine deserving of our attention and appreciation. Gratitude, however, goes beyond a simple listing of happy events. It is a conscious connection with the very fabric of existence, an understanding that we are interconnected with the universe in a cosmic dance of shared experiences. Each expression of gratitude is an echo that resonates not only in our hearts but in the vastness of the cosmos. This daily practice also acts as an antidote against the negativity that can creep into our lives. By focusing on the positive, we train our minds to concentrate on solutions rather than problems, on growth rather than stagnation. Gratitude thus becomes a beacon that guides us through emotional storms, reminding us that even on cloudy days, the sun still shines upon us. The true magic of gratitude lies in its ability to transform not only our perceptions but also our relationships. By expressing gratitude, we are sharing love and appreciation, building bridges of connection with others. This act of emotional generosity creates a virtuous circle where love flows and multiplies, nourishing our lives and the lives of those around us. In this, we understand that the daily practice of gratitude becomes a constant reminder that life, with its ups and downs, is a precious gift. Each day is an opportunity to open our hearts and give thanks for the wonder of existence. So, at the end of the day, when the sun sets and the canvas of the day is filled with brushstrokes of gratitude, we can rest knowing that we have contributed to the creation of a brighter and more loving world, one day at a time. And thus, we conclude our journey through these 11 tricks to banish negative energy from our lives. I hope this journey has been as revealing and enriching for you as it has been for me in sharing it. Let's remember that every small change, every trick we have explored, is a key that can open the doors to a more fulfilling and positive existence. By bidding farewell to negative energy, we are making space for light, clarity, and harmony in our lives. Wisdom, they say, resides not only in knowledge but in the application of that knowledge in our everyday lives. So, I invite you to carry these tricks with you as practical tools, like magical talismans in your emotional toolbox. Every day is an opportunity to cultivate a life filled with joy, purpose, and connection. By letting go of negativity, we welcome a constant flow of positive energy that propels us forward. Remember, life is too short to allow negative energy to occupy unnecessary space in our journey. So, as we close this chapter, let's bid farewell to what doesn't serve us and embrace change and growth with enthusiasm. Thank you for joining me in this video. See you tomorrow with a new video to enhance our lives.